facilities here.
That was a great run through. Great run through.
That was solid.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, he's good.
Welcome to Global Soul Live at the Doing It Studios. Obviously, because of COVID, we would normally be doing a live showcase with an audience. We can't. We're very sad that we can't, but we want to continue supporting amazing new artists and existing artists. And this one in particular, we first worked with in 2017. We had her live at the Jazz Cafe at one of our many showcases. She's been on a very, very long journey over the last 3 years, which she will tell you all about. And we're absolutely delighted. She's back with new music, a new EP coming very soon. She's already released 2 singles. Please welcome the wonderful Abi Flynn.
Yay! Hello, thank you very much, JM. What a legend. We're going to be sharing some lovely music with you. We'll start with the title track because we're going in with a bang. And this one's called Get Deep. Thank you. Give it up for this amazing band. Going right to left, we've got Tommy Peach on trumpet, Sarah Harris on BVs, John Wright on bass, Anthony Julius on keys, and Luke Campbell on the drums. Hi, everyone. Oh, you're everyone. Ooh, hello. So my name's Abi Flynn. So you're getting quite a little exclusive little showcase here of music that I wrote a good few years ago now, and I had cancer at the time, and I always love this talking little chord thing. So I was unwell. I went on a journey with my health, and I, like a lot of musicians and creatives, I kind of came from a background of where I wore a lot of masks. I didn't know who I was. I was deeply insecure. I lived quite outside of my body. And when I got told I was maybe not going to live long, I went on a really big journey of actually kind of peeling back layers and discovering what my sound was and what my soul was and who I was in the center. And that's kind of how Get Deep, the EP, was born, because it was about my journey to deepening and into who I really was. And you know what? The songs, they served as like these medicines, these transmissions for me. And I really just put my heart into it. And I got together this amazing band while I was unwell between treatments. We did gigs. And that was wicked. And then we went and recorded. But we didn't get to release it because I got pregnant. And then there was a pandemic, so here we are. Honestly, it's like worse than Hollyoaks. This is crazy. True story. So this is my kind of, for now, this is my little EP launch. We will be coming back live, and we've got some really exciting things planned. We've been filming videos all over the place that really give story to my music. And you know, I really have a passion with marrying authentic human journeys and art and music and making it real and making it alchemy. So this next tune, on that note, is about a past relationship. It's called Testament to Love, and it's really all about the kind of the beauty and the chaos and the grittiness and the passion and the fire in a relationship and trying to relate with someone, in that sense that even in the ugly, it was still beautiful. We still learned, we still grew. Yeah, enjoy. got some playback there. Cheeky. Woo! Nice. Is it every time? Whoa, there's a ghost. So that was my tune, Testament to Love. For the sound guys, we're getting some weird, funky playback on the desk. we're in a time machine right now.
I think we sound rather
So hi everybody who's tuning in live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Zoom, and all the platforms. This is really cool. Thank you so much, Global Soul and Doing It Productions. I might have to get someone to come in the room and fix this desk. Yeah, we're hearing myself back. That's really weird. So we're doing interviews and Q&As today as well. You know, if you want to ask any questions, Luke's going to go suss out what's going on with those guys. Hopefully they haven't fallen into a black hole because it sounds a bit trippy. Just like, what's a feedback loop? This is a strange thing to do. This is a COVID gig, guys. No one's used to it. So this next tune, as I said, I really like to make my songs. I'm distracting myself with my past voice. Okay. My songs are very felt. That genuinely does happen all the time. As someone with awful social anxiety, my past self haunts me a lot, I will have to say. But the next tune is All the Best. This one's a bit more fun. My tunes are always very real. They're always very lived, very felt. The last two are pretty like heavy, intense subjects, but still really beautiful. This next tune is a really fun one. I wrote it after I went traveling and I met some really cool people and they dared me to write a song called All the Best. So I did, and here it is. I hope you enjoy. Have a little dance. Woo! I want to see you dancing on the replay anyway. Get up off the sofa, off the bed. I promised I would write you a song, hey, because you make my soul scream, yeah. Whatever side the planet you're on, ooh, the things you do to me, yeah. Remembering adventures we shared, high, will always give me sweet dreams. A little time alone that we've had, yeah. You show me all the best things, all the best things, all the best things, all the best things. Show me all the best things, all the best things, all the best things, all the best things. Show me all the best things, yeah. Like when we had a beach to ourselves, high. Or when we lived in the trees, yeah. At time you let me back to my house, when you felt so easy. I've never changed a thing about you, no. I love to watch you home free, yeah. Whatever time you're here together, no. We'll do all the best things, all the best things, all the best things, all the best things. Show me all the best things, all the best things, all the best things, all the best things. Show me all the best things, all the best things, all the best things, all the best things. Show me all the best things, all the best things, all the best things, all the best things. Show me all the best things, yeah. I know whenever you're with me, I'm feeling the way I feel. And though you're not mine, I can't wait for the day that I find something that's real. Maybe it's love, but I will be together. I don't need to know. For now, let's just keep it beautiful. Woo, baby. Sarah, Tommy Beach on something. All the best things, 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 all the best things. guys. Thank you very much. I believe there's some interview or Q&A happening. Is that what they said? Hey, right on time. Oh, no, it's not you. Okay. So we're going to bring it down a notch. I love Anthony's beautiful like chord playing, so I get to feel like I'm in a jazz club telling my story.
Take it to church.
Take it to church. If you guys are watching live, please comment, ask questions. There will be interview at some point coming in. I'm here to share a journey, a musical journey, here to share my story and marry the two. I hope that you can take some of these things for yourself. And it's really, for me, like art is very, very empowering. It's kind of the way that I carry some of my most deep visions of myself and my essence and my flavor as a human in this life into the physical, into the manifest, how I deliver my soul in art, basically, and this music. And it really means a lot. And these guys have been with me from the beginning. They're amazing, so I'm really grateful to be here with them today. And this one's actually co-written with a beautiful man called Rod Hart, so I'm just going to give a shout out to him. He's lovely. And this song I wrote this the day before I met my now partner, with whom I have a beautiful son. And it's called To the Sun. And it was really kind of about me singing about a future self that I envisioned emerging on the other side of me having to face death, which was a very long, ongoing journey. And it's really strange now singing this today because I feel like I've kind of arrived at this point. It's really beautiful. So this one's for my beautiful partner, Bradley, and my beautiful son, Leo. I hope you enjoy. It's called To the Sun. Sweet soul, glad I just had to have a really goosebumpy, cheesy 90s ballad in, you know? I like, there's a little bit of everything from my journey in here. We've got our disco, we've got our 90s ballad and our 90s R&B and the little 80s groove bits, and the modern neo-soul and a bit of glass. We've got a lot of influences in this set today. It's really nice to bring them all into one place. So, I don't know if they're doing any interviewing of me or if you're just cracking ahead live, but you're getting all the information anyway. What are we doing next? Oh, that's it. Yeah. Oh, okay. We've got to wake up now. So actually, funny story. Well, this song's called "Storm Before the Calm," and it's another one really about how, you know, we can find that beautiful creative energy within the chaos when everything's going crazy, which is really fitting to this pandemic, because I think what we're doing here today is we're trying to bring the kind of beauty that we do have at the moment and bring the music amidst the madness. And I went to shoot a video for this a few days ago, and it was completely spontaneous, and I didn't plan anything. And I told people to come down to the beach and meet me. And I had to really meet an edge, because, you know, it's quite serious at the moment. You know, there's a lot of controversy, there's a lot of dark stuff happening, and people are, you know, going through it. I got there in this disco gear, and we were all, you know, social distancing, but we were going to have a dance and do a music video, and I freaked out at the last minute. And I had to remember my message, and I was like, do you know what? Just be in your expression, remember where you came from. I started dancing, we put on music, you were there, didn't we? And it was so much fun. We started a beach disco, and all of these people who were really struggling, they came and they said thank you so much. They joined the party, they discoed, we were all really respectful, distant, it was outdoors. And it was just beautiful, and we ended up making a spontaneous music video to bring a little bit of joy in the chaos. So I hope you can go and enjoy that soon. It'll be my next single. Anyway, so let's do some disco. Yeah, I'll let these guys take it in.
Places
Peach on trumpet. What a beast. Staying hydrated. So guys, if you're tuning in now, thank you for joining. My name's Abi Flynn. This is my 6-piece band of amazing musicians that I'm always pinching myself. I can't do that. My mum can do that like no other human being, like, and pierce through any eardrum.
It's too loud. No, it was him.
Exactly. So good. So all the tunes you're hearing, they're going to be coming out on an EP, like a visual EP actually, and then into a wider album of work, which I've gotten to the veil of death to create, so buy it. And yeah, this next tune is it's really emotional. It's called Alma. My mum might tune out for this one. She's like, I can't hear it. So when yeah, you feel it. So this one, when I was 26, I had cancer for a few years. I went through a lot of treatment, and along with my music, the one other thing that kind of kept me going through it was this vision of a beautiful little girl that I saw, and I just knew I was going to be a mother one day. And when I think I was about 29, I was told I probably wouldn't live a few more weeks, let alone have a baby, and my fertility was gone. And just crazy enough, I did actually have a child like a couple of months after my clear scan. I didn't have them then, that would be impressive. I got pregnant a couple of months after my clear scan, and I had a little boy, but this beautiful song is called Alma, and I wrote it at a time when I didn't know if she was coming into my life or if she was a fantasy, and still don't, but I love singing about her, and I love this song, and I hope you will enjoy too. Times of darkness, you reassure my fragile mind that it's okay. That's why I love you. You may never be real, but your spirit will run in my heart. Can't forget her. Until the world revealed that she had another plan. I know I won't forget that pain. Still you didn't leave me. No. Can't forget her. 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 Can't forget her maybe someday you'll come and find me. There's still time, my baby. And so maybe someday when I'm okay, you'll come my way, you'll find me. Maybe someday when I'm okay, you'll come my way, you'll find me. Maybe someday when I'm okay, you'll come my way, you'll find me. Maybe someday when I'm okay, you'll come my way, you'll find me. Get the tissues, Mama, don't cry. Thank you. We've got a little bit of a. It was beautiful. Oh, look, they liked that one. The hallway claps and everything. That's when you know you got 'em. So, I mean, I have so much emotional ammunition, like more than one person should have. Over me, I'm just like, and this, and take this. And so this one's a bit different. Hey, emotional ammunition, yeah. Weaponize the heartstrings. Pew. Luckily, I'm responsible with it nowadays. So this one is actually a big shout out to JM and Global Soul because they basically played this. 2017 we met and I was on True Thoughts Records and we did a gig at the Jazz Cafe as he mentioned previously. And this was a song I did with Jay Felix, so big shout out to him. I was not going to have this as part of my new set and my new band. It's funny, it's like my first EP was called Ambiguous because at the time I did not know who I was. I was a mess, complete identity crisis, living outside of myself, just like, whoa. Didn't really have any grounding or embodiment, just, insecure. And I kind of wrote this song at that time, and it's still really, it's still a tune actually. I'm glad we're reincorporating it back now. So from ambiguous to get deep has been quite a journey, let's say. So this is a funky little number. We're gonna do it, and if you know it, sing along, please. And hopefully we'll do it some justice, because it was an electronic one. This is a live version. This is for my 26-year-old self. Live it up. That's what I'm thinking about. I am done with ambiguous notion. I thought it would be over by now, but they keep coming back stronger. Yeah, you've always gotta hold it back, and I'm gonna try to show you have to react. Give me what I want. Hey, give it over to me. I want it, I need it, I'm ready. Give me what I want. Give it over to me. I want it, I need it, I'm ready. Take it back into the time before we even touched. There was so much honesty, never believing something so much you. And now you wanna keep it all inside. Girl, you can't have my body if you won't open your heart to me. Baby, give me what I want. Give it over to me. I want it, I need it, I'm ready. Give me what I want. Give it over to me. I want it, I need it, I'm ready. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to be alone. Lay your burden with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me what I want. Give it over to me. Want it, I need it, I'm ready. Give it over to me. Don't you wanna taste my loving? Don't you wanna taste my loving? Why'd you keep it all inside? Don't you wanna taste my precious loving? Why'd you keep it all inside? Don't you wanna taste my loving? Why'd you keep it all inside? Don't you wanna taste my precious loving? Why do you keep it in? Don't you want my loving, baby? Inside you. Don't you wanna taste my precious loving? So never leave behind those past selves, because they're genius, even when they were messy, even when they were going through it, they didn't know what they were doing, and they were out there exploding on the world with no grounding. I love that girl. And it's nice bringing her back. Bring her back to play. Yeah, these guys do that song some serious justice, right? Big up to True Thoughts, my first record label.
All right.
Big up to everybody. Yeah, I think I released that song when I was on chemo, but I'd written it quite a way before, so it's cool to bring it to life. We've come to the last song, guys. Can you believe? That's gone really quick, hasn't it? It's been really fun.
We'll do it again.
So this was a bit of an epic big one. You probably know me by this song as well. This one's called Courage. As I said in my last gig, I wouldn't say this at every gig, but as we're starting out, when I wrote these songs, I didn't even know if I'd live long enough to perform them. I think I wrote this in a hospital room, and I had a bald head, and I was really ill, and I was like, let's get courage, I just needed it. And we'd actually performed this when I was on chemo, I think, I remember. Crazy James came into the hospital. Yeah, all these songs are co-written by James Barclay. Not all of them, most of them are as well. He's shout out to James. Woo! And he is greatly missed. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's a musical maestro. And this song really was about when you travel into the depths of those places that you've avoided your whole life, that you don't want to go, that feel really uncomfortable. When you have no choice, such as cancer or whatever, this pandemic is giving a lot of people this painful opportunity. You have to go through those things, and it's truth or death. And when you go through those things that you actually think that are going to be the end of you, or that you don't want to be, or that you can't feel, you actually find great liberation inside of them, and they actually ignite your greatest gifts, because our shadow is the raw material of our greatest gifts and what we have to offer the world. And it's hard until you kind of see it for yourself, right? And everyone's had that point in their life where they've had to be super courageous and brave, and that looks actually very vulnerable, and it's okay to say, I'm struggling. And that's kind of what this song was about. So I filmed the video when I was pregnant, I think you saw. So it's been a journey with this one. Go watch the video, it's amazing. I have so much courage in my soul. I have so much courage in my soul. All it takes is to relinquish the control. Gotta step outside illusions of control. And I fall into the beauty of it all. And I sit back as a mystery unfolds. And the perfection of what we do Thank you. Give it up for Tommy Peach, Sarah Harris, John Wright, Anthony Julius, Luke Campbell, and my name's Abi Flynn. Trumpet guns. Shine your lap, baby. Yeah, thank you. That's my journey. That's my music. That's a little big piece of me. Someone's shouting more. Don't even think we have any more. Well, we do have more, but it's underway. It means a lot to me, really, 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 to be in this moment, to have reached this part. As I said, not knowing if I was going to live, not knowing if I was going to, what was going to happen, if I was going to even have a music career after all this. And now as a mother and a lover and an artist and a woman, I'm just all kind of rounded out again and in this beautiful place in this new chapter. So thank you for sharing it. And we're going to do a little interview segment now, aren't we?
We are indeed. We're just going to reset a little bit. I brought you a chair.
Thank you. If you guys want to come on and, go grab yourself a drink or whatever, and then come on live, come and ask me some questions, because it makes it even more real and authentic and fun when you guys are tuning in and asking me your questions. Putting me on the spot. Hi, Jem.
That was amazing. That was incredible. We
Thank
got some
you.
fantastic feedback online to that.
Yay.
Just absolutely loving it. So an interesting story just about the ambiguous track, because when we played the Jazz Cafe, I remember, these things happen. The band weren't actually that familiar with the track, and that was at the time, it was a very big track. It was very popular. And you managed to get the band to learn it in about 20 minutes in the dressing room.
That's
And
my style.
normally with these things, everything's carefully rehearsed, all that sort of stuff. And
Not with me.
but it sounded incredible when it was actually live on the night. It was absolutely amazing. I hadn't seen that done before. Normally, as I said, we do lots of rehearsals and all that sort of stuff. But I was so impressed how you managed to put everything together in such a short period of time. The whole set was amazing, but just how you managed to pull that song off in such a short period was special. So I wanted to talk to you a bit about that, because you mentioned earlier that was Jay Felix who produced all that.
Yep.
And I think you felt at the time, not that those songs aren't great, but at the time that wasn't you, that was someone else's music effectively, and now you're doing you. So talk about that journey and that transition.
Yeah, that was a really beautiful period in my life, yet very messy and very confused and very kind of segregated. The parts of me were sort of all over the place. I had a lot of aspects of myself. The music, the ambiguous stuff was really one of them. But I hadn't yet found my own sound, so I was gigging. I was up to 8 times a week. I was a session singer. I've been gigging my whole life since I was 15 professionally. And I was really insecure, and I had all these different Abbies, and they were all real me's, but they were very separate. So I was a jazz singer and a soul singer, and I did hip-hop stuff, and yeah, I just didn't know who I really was. And so I was working with Joe. He's an amazing guy. He's a good friend of mine. And I just put my voice on his sounds kind of for this record deal with True Thoughts. And that was a nice vibe, but there was always something in me that just felt like, I need to find out who I am. And I really struggled to do that until when I was 26 and I was diagnosed with cancer. And it was just this big wake-up call of like, Abi, you're not living your full potential. On paper, I had a record deal. I was doing great things, but I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I had no sense of any internal relationship with myself. It was all just different me's outside. And so when I was diagnosed with cancer, strangely, it was a really beautiful time after the initial shock, where I started to actually unravel those layers and just start to get a sense of who I really was. And I had a lot of insecurity, and I went on a big journey of self-love, and that's kind of really where all this new music came from.
Because that journey was much more than the music. That was all about you, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that's your funky ringtone. Can't stop me.
Phone going off. So that was a journey into you, as much as it wasn't just about music. It was about your entire self. So talk to me a bit about that.
Yeah, well, I guess the title Get Deep for me was really about my understanding of being a human before was just like we exist, we get up and we go, we do things, I attain things, and my success is based on how many gigs I do or how chilled I was with that person in that conversation, or if I like didn't get jealous like one day. You know what I mean? I would define myself so much on my behaviors and try and squeeze myself into an acceptable version of Abby, and like it was really exhausting. But I didn't know any different. I didn't have framework. I was very sensitive kind of child, and I developed a lot of masks to survive in the world. And basically, Get Deep was my discovery that there was more. It wasn't just about this kind of external life. One day I tuned in to my body, basically. I didn't even know what that meant. Put my hand on my body, and I knew I just felt so uncomfortable. It was like unbearable, and I just said to myself, what do I need to know? And immediately this pain in my chest was just overwhelming. And yeah, after that point, I got into meditation and stuff and just sort of having a relationship with my inside. And that's when I found out I had cancer. And this pain in my chest was an 11 centimeter tumor. And I went on a journey then to find out why my body was not connecting to my spirit, my soul, myself. And it was fascinating. I just kind of found out along the way that there were parts of me I had just shoved out of my awareness that I didn't want to love, that I wanted to go away. And the more I started to come into those parts and love them, and I did this a lot through music and putting a band together and daring to be myself, and then seeing it and cringing and going, oh, you know, I love you, it's okay. Starting to love myself. That's how I ended up healing my cancer. You know, I did a lot of different things, but that really was, the odds were that I was not going to live at all. And that I really put it down to my willingness to go into those depths and love them and accept them. And yeah, it kind of reversed, you know, dramatically. And yeah, so it's all the story, the music, it's all completely entwined.
And you've also talked about a concept, dis-ease,
Yeah.
eye disease.
Yeah, dis-ease, yeah. So it was like, I literally felt no ease in my body. It was like dis-ease being in my body. All the parts of me that were out of harmony were like screaming and flared up. And, you know, I did a lot of cancer treatment as well, and everything contributed to my wellness, but it was really when I brought ease and harmony and kind of love and acceptance back into my body, and I learned how to be in my body and how to soften and connect with myself and breathe more and connect with other people, therefore, that it reversed. So yeah.
And where did the whole music singing thing come from originally from you? Where was it, a family thing or what?
There's a lot. Yeah, my granddad was a wonderful jazz singer, and my auntie, she's a DJ on Phoenix FM. She's a beautiful singer as well. It runs in the family for sure. And yeah, it was in my blood. It was like always been the way. I've always felt very unbelonging and very alien and not very normal. But when I sang, I fit in and I felt like I belonged. But to some, you know, the earlier life, that was to kind of a fault because I would try so much to belong in music. But now I've learned how to really belong in all of life with that same sense of self through my music.
And so you're here now, you've got the EP coming out soon.
Yeah.
The other thing that we haven't talked about actually is that your musical repertoire is quite wide, because you've had quite a few soulful house records out, for example, recently. Yeah. So talk to me about that stuff.
Yeah, it's always been really hard because I do so many things, as I said, like bringing them all together. But since I've come into this like journey of integration and self-acceptance, I'm having loads of fun letting all my different aspects play. So I'm doing house music with Matt Early and Ray Hurley on some cool house labels. I'm doing something with an artist called Leroy, which is really beats and world music-y and dance and disco. Disco is a big love of mine. I do a lot of jazz, writing with some really beautiful musicians, Vodhart. And yeah, I used to tell myself I had to be one, but now I'm really allowing myself to like do it all. But this band is really where my heart is, where it all kind of comes and meets. And yeah.
So 3 years ago, you weren't sure what the future held for you. You know, you had cancer, everything. You didn't know if you'd sort of come through that. You didn't know if you'd ever be a mother. You've now come through that. You're now a mother. What does the future hold for you? What would you like? What's your dreams, hopes, aspirations now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was another shocking chapter. Yeah, I've got a 10-month-old now. Again, being a mother was another identity crisis, and I thought I was going to have to give up everything about me, and actually it's kind of just deepening, and new layers are evolving. And as that happens, my values are expanding into, I've shared about my journey a lot. I've shared my story and my music, and that was beautiful. But I'd really like to, I want to be a change maker with my music, and I want to give permission to others, especially when all this crazy stuff's going on right now. I want people to know actually how powerful they are when they dare to kind of give voice to all of the parts of themselves that they're afraid to give voice to. So yeah, I mean, immediately we're back in the studio. I'm going to bring the EP out of these songs single by single, and we've been shooting music videos that are very real. Like, we've got people from my life who the song was about in them. I like to say I'm creating alchemy through music, so it's real healing transmissions. The videos are transmissions and entities themselves that speak to a lot of people who can feel the realness of that story or the lyrics or the songs. So that will come out. I'd like that to come out in a visual EP. And also today I've been thinking about maybe funding. I'm applying for funding. And I'd like to put on a big, amazing concert of the whole body of work, which is about 10 tracks, in a theatre, whether it's, without an audience or not, we'll see what COVID holds, and do a real live interactive art performance with the songs and sharing the journey of alchemy and courage and truth. And just do some big epic show. And
you talk a lot about alchemy, actually. What does that what does that mean to you?
I'm bringing it into the mainstream. Alchemy is a word, I think, because originally it is turning base metals into gold, and I like to use it when I'm speaking about, we go into those most difficult places and we actually use it to ignite the most kind of true essence of us, and we bring that into something beautiful. So my music is alchemy because I wrote it when I had cancer and it was a dark time, but actually there was beauty in that darkness. And I believe every single one of us is an alchemist by default, and that's what we're here for, is to alchemize into our creative expression. So yeah, I keep using the word to try and incept to make it less hippie.
Well, I mean, you're a huge inspiration. You have huge diatribes on all the different social media where it's incredible to read about your journey, your learnings, what you're going through and stuff. So I implore everyone to follow Abi. So where can people find you on social media? What's your information?
Yeah. Facebook and Instagram are my domains. So Facebook is facebook.com/Abi Flynn Singer, ABIFLYNN. And Instagram is Abi the Singer, the Singer. And I'm always posting things about my gorgeous baby and my gorgeous partner. I keep going to say husband. Not yet. I'll let you off the hook for a bit more. It's weird having a boyfriend who's a baby daddy. My boyfriend. And yeah, we're going to do some beautiful things in the future too. We're putting together, we want to do some music together and production companies that really help to alchemize people's gifts and bring them into art. So yeah, so I'll give him a shout out. Love you. Yeah.
Okay, so and you've got a website as well, haven't you, Abi?
I do. I had a lovely man called Michael working on my website. It's not quite finished, but you can go there. It's abiflynn.co.uk. It's sort of under maintenance, but there's some nice visuals. And yeah, look out for my videos, because those are really, I'm finding that's where my real kind of unique talent lies now, is in bringing the visuals and the music together that kind of really speak of the realness of these journeys. And yeah, the second one's about to come out this month, Testament to Love, and I shot that with some really good friends, and then we've got 2 more coming out soon. So yeah. Well,
thank you very much tonight. Everyone's really enjoyed it. This has been the first of the Global Soul online concerts. Yes. There'll be many more to come. Probably going to do one a month until such a time we can return to doing fully live events, or maybe we'll continue with the online stuff as well. who knows? Who knows what will happen in the future? But thank you all very much for watching.
Thank you all. Can I just give a shout out to my label Splash Blue and Bluey, and thank you guys so much. They've believed in me when I walked away from my last label, which was amazing because I was changing direction.
We didn't talk about that actually.
I know, maybe we should just shove that on the end.
We should, yeah, because today is an important day, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I meant to say, Bluey, if you're watching, it is 19 years to the day that I met you, when you didn't know I met you, but I was 11 years old, and it was obviously the terrible day of the Twin Tower attacks. But I was 11, I didn't know about this, but I was in a music studio, and Bluey was there because he was a friend of my auntie's at the time. And I met him, and I always remembered him, but I didn't meet him through anyone. It was a complete coincidence that when I was 26, all that time later, and I had cancer, somebody sent him my music, and he found me that way. And it was a really beautiful synchronicity there. So yeah, obviously it is a sensitive day.
And is it the day you met Bradley as well?
It was the 14th of September, so this is a special time of year for me, but or the 15th, something like that.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Abby. Until next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Yay! Almost got it all in. Thanks, JM.
Right, we need to do some photos. Thank you so much. That was amazing.
That was really well. You